Welcome back to my room. We're trying something new, different, experimental. Silent Hill 2 remake on the PlayStation 5, connected to my CRT with a cheap $12 HDMI to composite adapter I got off Amazon. It's not perfect. This is more for fun and experimenting. I think it's just kind of neat and novel. Not the ideal way to play any of this stuff. But I thought it'd be cool to try out something a little different. I tried to set the mood appropriately. I'm not on the TV this time because the PS5's plugged in where I would plug in my camera. But I wanted to try to show something on my little mini LCD display. I'm gonna zoom in. I actually have, let me see here if I can manage this. I have red, like ruby glass earrings in. I was gonna try to show them. Thought they kind of went with the theme here. Can kind of see. Okay. I'm gonna start a new game. I've actually tried doing this a couple of times over the last month and a half, and I just didn't like how it came out each time. So hopefully this time I'll like it enough to upload it. And then probably find out that it gets fucking blocked due to copyright. But let's start a new game. It's New Game Plus. I haven't played this seriously in a long time, so I'm probably going to struggle. Especially on New Game Plus, it's a lot harder. Really, I just want to check it out. This isn't meant to be a long play. I'm going to be quiet for the intro here. And I do have the volume turned up quite a bit because I want to be able to hear this. I love the audio in this game, the atmosphere and the mood. I want it to really come through. So hopefully it's not too loud, but let's go ahead and start it. And then I'll be quiet during the intro.
Could you really be in this town?
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Okay. Man, every time I see that intro, I get like fucking choked up. And now we can play. I think this looks pretty decent on here for what I have hooked up. It's my car that I drove here in, I believe. And we have a map in here to get started. I can't read the text very well on this since it's meant for a 4K TV. Press up on the D-pad to view the map and circle to go back. I'm sure I'll forget that. I love all the little details. There's like little leaves and pieces of like debris blowing around on the ground and in the air. The fucking reflections on the water puddles. You know, even the papers on this utility pole over here blowing around. It just looks so damn good. This was actually the first Silent Hill game I ever completed. I have Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4 on the PlayStation 2. And I've never been able to finish any of them. They were like too horrifying and cumbersome to play back in the day. But I appreciated them and what they were. And I thought they looked and sounded amazing. But this one here, for some reason, I like really like gravitated towards it. And I played through it back when it came out in 2024 and finished it. And it was fucking disturbing and challenging for me. I was looking at this van over here. And the first few times I've played this game, I'm just like, oh, you know, it's just a vehicle in the environment. But I have this like personal theory, and I don't read online. I don't go and look for like deep dives on the story and for people to like explain what they think happened. And I don't pay attention to any of that shit. I just play the game and I get what I get out of it. And I like to make up my own, you know, have my own interpretation, just like listening to music. You listen to music and it connects with you in a way and you have your own personal bond and interpretation of it. I don't care so much about what some clown fuckhead on some fucking forum somewhere thinks. You know, they think they have it all figured out and they're going to tell you what's what. They're going to tell you the truth about it. Shut up. But my personal little theory is that this is Eddie's van. I'm like, is this Eddie's? Because there's like this weird soda cup in there. I feel like that's something he would have. I feel like Eddie would drive a fucked up white van like this. He looks like a white van driver, to be honest. Once you get to know him a little bit. That was my little personal theory the last time I tried this out. But let's continue on. And we're just going to make our way into Silent Hill proper and take my time and explore. I think the sound design and sound effects they're all done so well. L1 to sprint. At some point, maybe soon, I don't know. I do want to play the PlayStation 2 version of this, the original. I'll try to read that. Grave truths lost to the mind or wind. You know what? Let me see if I can. Oh my God, that's not much better. Grave truths lost to the mind shall flow white into a void chalice. So the rite of red shall commence. Teenagers trying to sound cool. So the PlayStation 2, and I've mentioned it before, with my setup here, it looks weird. I believe it's an interlaced image, however you want to phrase it. And because of that, with the type of camera I have, because it doesn't perfectly sync with the TV, it creates a weird line across the screen. And this is actually doing the same thing. I think this converter that I'm using is outputting like an interlaced, whatever you call it. It's interlaced. And it also has this line that just kind of sits there on the screen for like 30 minutes. It's actually moving, but it appears to move slowly for about 30 minutes down the screen. I imagine if I had perfect synchronization with the shutter speed and the TV's refresh rate, that wouldn't happen. But it does happen. And with this setup here, I feel like it's acceptable. I'm just playing around, experimenting with this. It's kind of hard to see. But on the PlayStation 2, it really bothers me because I'm trying to get a perfect, clean, clear, sharp image. But I might still give it a try just to mix things up on my channel. You know, like I have this decent library of PlayStation 2 games. And I have a PlayStation 2 with component cables, and I'd like to use it. It's a PlayStation 2 Slim, and the PlayStation 2 Slims are fucking trash. I mean, they're basically like disposable garbage. I'm so disappointed with the quality of that thing. I mentioned it in another video, and I'll go through this gate in just a second. I mentioned it in another video, but I bought the PS2 Slim brand new. I've barely used it. It's been in its mint box for years. And the D-pad is completely defective. It won't read CD discs. It struggles to read DVD discs. And it's like, this thing's been used like a dozen times ever. And it's already a piece of trash. And it feels cheap. It feels flimsy. It really, it sucks. Because I have other consoles here that are much older and they work so much better than that thing. Real disappointment. So before it completely shits the bed, I might do some videos. Let's go through here.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
Hey, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But... I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. And it's not just the fog, either.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. It's kind of hard to explain, but...
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
But why?
I'm looking for... someone. Someone very important to me.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean, my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry, it's not your problem.
No, I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Man, I think they did such a great job with the voice acting in this remake. I think they really nailed it. It's got to be hard to convey the different types of characters and their personal traumas. And I feel like all these characters fucking nail it. I'm listening on my headphones here, and I've got the volume cranked up quite a bit. Hopefully it's not too loud. And I'm hearing things I've never heard before. There is like this really subtle, very quiet sound of wind blowing. It's like howling and whistling, and it's very quiet. I never heard it before. Oh man, the fog is so dense, and it looks so fucking cool. I completely failed to mention this. I'm sure pretty much anybody that would ever check this video out would be aware of this game and what it is, but it's a survival horror game. And survival horror / psychological horror. You know, this town, there's, like she said, there's something wrong with it. And everybody in this game, pretty much nearly every character, has some sort of personal trauma that they're trying to work through. And that's most human beings. And we don't get a lot of games like this, and games that pull it off so well. I've always preferred this series over Resident Evil. Resident Evil to me is like a fucking Halloween, you know? It's like goofy and dumb. I'm not into goofy and dumb. It's just not my thing. This is much more serious. And unsettling. As we get closer to the town, you start to feel it getting a little more unsettling and maybe dangerous. There's this ominous, disturbing vibe right here by this cornfield. Now this is New Game Plus, so it's not quite as serious and horrifying as starting a new game. New Game Plus is I've finished the game one time, and now I can play it again on a harder difficulty, and there are some new additions to the game, and this is one of them. This chainsaw is not here when you first play the game. And this obviously makes it a lot easier to play having this chainsaw in my inventory. I can't figure out how to put this thing away. I have no idea how you put this thing away. The only thing I can figure out is if I open the map and then I close the map, he puts it away. I can't stand listening to that fucking thing in his hands. But he pulls it out every time you're close to danger. I just love the vibe here. I think this is an old lumber yard. You know, I've been in places kind of like this. It feels authentic. All right, let's hustle a little. Man, my shoes would be soaked through at this point. I think he might have boots on. This old barn. The leaking roof. I've been in places almost exactly like this. Went to town to get the window fixed. Spare keys in the drawer. Auto parts.
Hello? Anyone in here?
The camera glitches out a little bit once in a while. Hopefully that's something they resolve in the next game they're working on. Oh, there's a cool little vibe in here, and the music's different. Look at this hole in the roof. It almost looks... I don't think it's supposed to represent this, but it almost looks like a person fell through it. Got the auto parts key. I believe it was announced maybe last year, possibly. I don't remember now when it was. That the team that worked on this remake is also, I believe, was also contracted to work on a remake of the very first Silent Hill game. And that's one I've never played. I don't own it. I know very little about that one. So I'm kind of excited for that. All right, let's go through. I saw the announcement video or trailer for Silent Hill Townfall a few months ago, and I thought it looked kind of interesting. It was unexpected. I didn't know anything about it. And then I saw the newest trailer during the Summer Game Festival. I don't know what the hell they're calling that. And I was less interested in it. It just doesn't look like a Silent Hill game. It doesn't look like the sort of game I would be interested in playing personally. I like the colors. I think the visuals, like the fidelity, looks kind of nice. I think it's interesting when, you know, like when you're in whatever you call it, like the hell version of whatever area that you're in. It looks very red. Everything's red. I think that looks kind of cool, but I didn't like the enemy designs. I thought they looked terrible. And it looked like stealth gameplay where you're hiding and throwing objects to try to, like, you know, how would you put it? I don't know what the term is for that. You know, when you throw an object to get an enemy to move out of the way or something, whatever the hell that's called. I am not into that. It does not look like the kind of game I want to play. Press what? Okay, I couldn't see what the hell that said. It's so small. So you can break windows, some windows in this game. Oh God, there has to be a better way to put that thing away. My God. I've tried every button on the controller. None of them seem to do it. I don't know if I'm just doing something wrong. Probably. Sometimes you'll look in a window and you'll see an item like sitting on the seat of a car, like a healing item or some ammunition for a gun, and then you break the window and you can pick it up. It's a nice way to get extra items, because in this game, man, you fucking need it. If you're playing the game casually, I mean, sure, if you played the game like 1,000 times and you've mastered it, well, then maybe you don't need to do that. But at that point, you're not really playing the game anymore. You know, you're kind of like a fucking... You might as well go get a job as like a fucking play tester for the game company at that point. I like to immerse myself in the world and feel like I'm here for the first time. I like the water coming out of these little drain pipes. The fog. It looks so good. I think it's volumetric fog. It looks fucking great. Some of the best I've ever seen. I'm excited to see... I'm excited to see what's capable with games and hardware in the next generation, like PlayStation 6, for example. Because I look at this generation as maybe a bit of a hiccup. I've heard people say this before. I've heard them say, you know, the current generation, like PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, it feels off. It doesn't feel like we've really had this generational leap like we typically have seen in the past. And I've heard more than one time different podcasters or different content creators, whoever it is, saying something along the lines of, you know, we've reached this point of diminishing returns with technological advancements, and we've kind of hit the peak of what's possible. And I 100% disagree with that. I think that's like dumb. I think that's idiotic. I think that's so stupid to think that we're going to look back at games like this in a few years and they're going to look so outdated and primitive. We aren't even close. We are not even fucking close to hitting the peak of what's possible. I think what happened this generation, besides the pandemic, which was a big fucking problem, I wish I could go over here and look around, but I don't believe you can get through here. And I like that about it. This isn't an open world game. This isn't fucking Horizon Forbidden West where I could just jump over this and ride a fucking dinosaur and fly. Fuck off. That's not what kind of game this is. If you're in a dream, you're having a nightmare, shit just like this fucking happens in your fucking nightmares. You reach weird obstacles and barriers you can't pass. I think what we've seen mostly happen this generation, which has made it feel off and seems like we haven't had much of a generational leap. Even though it is. I mean, look, this game looks so much better than a last gen game. But I think one of the biggest issues is that let's watch this. A new map. And we can zoom in. Okay, I'm right here. So I just came in from this path over here on the right, next to that little river. What I was saying, this is the first generation where we have fully embraced 4K TVs and the 4K resolution. And because of that, the majority of the current gen consoles have had to put most of their resources into that higher pixel count rather than amazing graphics, rather than all the effects cranked up and all kinds of fancy new features. It's been blown on the fucking higher resolution. I think that's the main issue. We didn't see that last gen. Last gen, it was still 1080p. The gen before that, it was still 1080p and 720p. And then before that, we were on old school fucking CRTs. My hope is that with the PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox console, let's see, which way do we want to go? What's over here? That we start to really see what we can do with 4K. Now that we've got, now we've got it sorted out. We're rendering games at a playable frame rate at that resolution. And my hope is that the next generation, we see that increase in overall fidelity. My concern is that TV manufacturers are going to put pressure on the industry to move up to 8K or 12K or 16K. And it's going to be the same bullshit all over again. We don't need these higher resolution TVs. We just need higher quality TVs that are more affordable and that are long lasting. We don't need to buy a new TV every fucking year like a phone. And we also don't need a fucking phone every year either, by the way. Man, I can't read that. I'm going to try. This is so fucking small. Miss Cassandra. A customer came in today, ordered a mixed bouquet, red and white. I tried to explain. It's bad luck. But he couldn't decide on just one. He seemed a bit off. Looked at me like I wasn't even there. Then he just left. Said he'd be back to pick him up later. I just wanted to let you know since I might be gone by then. The first time I played this, I thought, who the hell writes a note like that to a coworker? Nobody fucking does that. Most people don't give a shit about anything that they do. They're not going to leave you a fucking note to be nice and helpful. But then I realized later on that this game is set. I think it's set in the late 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And, the world was different then, and people were different. They hadn't been corrupted yet by big tech companies and their manipulative technologies. People cared more about what they did and each other and the world, and they put more effort into their lives.
What is this?
Yeah, what is that? This greenhouse has a vibe to it. All the plants are dead. It feels like I'm in this space. I think they used a type of reverb in here. It makes me feel like I'm in this small space. I've been in greenhouses that look a lot like this. Except the plants were mostly alive. I used to want to work in the horticulture industry. I went to school for a couple of years for it. I don't see anything in there. Let's keep going. looks kind of like mud and tar and like, I don't know, like rotted organic matter. Almost like old decaying blood mixed with tar. I'm not sure. It's kind of fucking foul. Is it this way that I go? I don't remember which direction. Probably going the wrong fucking way. Oh, here we go.
Hey, wait.
I would not say that. There's people just like that, dude. Walking around outside here where I live. Mostly at night. And I would not approach those people. I would not speak to them. I'm just gonna try to make my way towards my destination. Whoa. What happened here, he said. Fucking road is completely... It looks like an earthquake went through here. Even that building over there is like tipped over. This tree fell over. I wish you could go in these houses. That's one of the things I liked about The Last of Us. You couldn't go in every house, but there were some areas in that game where you'd find a small town with a bunch of abandoned homes, and you could walk right inside and fully explore that house. And it had a vibe like this, kind of a horror vibe. I really liked that game. The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. I think I might actually like Part 2 more than Part 1. However, there were a few areas. I may have mentioned this in some other video. There were a few parts in The Last of Us Part 2 that came across, to me anyway, they came across almost as like fan fiction, and it didn't feel like it belonged in the game. It felt out of place. It just kind of came out of nowhere with some of the writing. It's just something about it felt off. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But overall, I really liked that sequel. So James will pull his weapon out that he has equipped whenever he's close to danger, which is nice.
Hello?
Hello? And he starts breathing kind of weird, like he's afraid. I really like these environments. There's so many little details and objects everywhere. It feels lived in. It feels authentic. You know, if you go into a real life neighborhood like this, it's fucking crummy and cluttered and dirty and disgusting, because that's how people are. People are fucking disgusting. And they convey that pretty well in here. Like, all I have to do is walk across the street here. It would look even worse than this. Significantly so. I would never do this, by the way, in real life. The fucking door collapsed behind me. So now I'm trapped in here. There's a vibe in here. I can feel the cool, damp air in this room and coming through this window. You know, like a couple of panes of the glass are broken, and therefore there's a breeze blowing in. And I don't know, like the shit all over the floor. Like, I can feel this room. It kind of smells in here. Man, they did such a good job with this. I think I'll save it here. There's somebody's bed right there. It is dark. I adjusted my TV's brightness quite a bit. This game is supposed to be very dark. It gets even darker than this. Hopefully it still is, hopefully you can still see it well enough. Nutrition supplement. It's a very dirty bottle. It looks like something you'd find in your grandparents' attic or something. Kind of similar to The Last of Us when you look through cabinets and shit. The clock. It says 9:10, I believe, in 15 seconds. I might struggle here. I don't quite remember how to play.
Stay back.
Is this what I saw in the fog? Whatever it is, it's not human.
They make that a lot more challenging than starting a standard new game. The last time I did this, I got hit a bunch of times. They changed this game up because I believe in the original game on the PlayStation 2, when you find that little radio and you have your first encounter with an enemy like that, it happens outside. Actually, I think it happens outside in an area that they kind of depict it here. I think it's coming up. If I see it, I'll point it out. It's another healing item. An old, dirty, yellowed, and rusty syringe. We inject these into us when we're low on health. Okay. I wonder, I'll bet you there's a full script for whatever this person is trying to say to us.
Where are you, Mary?
I feel like my visualizer for the game's audio is maybe a little too intense. I couldn't make up my mind of how to set it up. I'm just gonna leave it like that. You know what? I think I missed the area that you look at. Like this little spot here, I think is a callback to areas from the original game on the PS2, if I'm not mistaken. And there's an area that I forgot to look at when you first start the game, where I was talking about that white van. I think it's up there near that white van. That's an area that I think it's meant to represent the area where you first find the radio and encounter your first enemy in the original game. So I missed it. I can't show it. But in the original game, I think you walk into like a little, I don't know, it's like a little tunnel, like the entrance to a little tunnel that's blocked off by some pieces of wood or something. And you walk in there and pick up the radio, and then you get attacked. And then you pick up like a 2x4 or something. I tried playing that game a couple months ago because I hadn't played it in years. He sees something on the ground. And I couldn't figure out how to perform the combat. You had to hold multiple buttons on the controller at the same time to use a weapon. And I couldn't figure it out for a while, and I almost fucking died. I got so fucking pissed off. It was like you had to hold a trigger button down while pressing one of the face buttons at the same time to use a weapon. So this dead body, I realized upon replaying this, These dead bodies look just like you, just covered in tar or some kind of foul, decaying matter. Bar Nellie's, or Nellie's Bar. And he marks it off on his map. But yeah, that looks just like me. If you're rating this, leave. This place is not what it seems. Sometimes you just have to look behind. Run away, run away, run away, over and over. I think there's basically versions of you that have died here, and you keep restarting, almost like a loop, almost like you're stuck in some kind of loop. It's not a right, like there's something wrong with this town, and there's some kind of event happening, some kind of like mysterious forces at play. It reminds me just a little bit. Okay, what the fuck is that? I think it's up here. Okay. It reminds me just a little bit of Alan Wake 2. Of course, Alan Wake 2, I think, took inspiration from many other properties. Probably Silent Hill and also Twin Peaks, to name a couple. Alan Wake 2 is another one I fucking loved. I had never played any of... Oh, what is that company? The developer. Shit. I forget the name of the developer. I was just thinking about them the other day, and the other day I remembered the developer, but not the name of the game I was trying to think of. Remedy. I had never played any of Remedy's games until Alan Wake 2, and I fucking loved that game. And then I played Control, and I liked that one a lot, so I'm a big fan of Remedy now. I suppose I'll save here. I'm excited for Control Revenant, basically Control 2. I think it's called Revenant. I hope to play that one day. It's supposed to come out later this year, but I'm not sure I'll be able to play it when it comes out. It looks amazing, though. I can hear that fucker up here. Now I have the chainsaw, and I'm probably going to switch to that weapon, because I don't want to fuck around. The last time I did this without the chainsaw, I kept getting killed. These guys do a shit ton of damage on New Game Plus, and they take a lot more hits. And I'm not playing on a... This isn't the right setup for this. I'm at a disadvantage trying to play it like this. And I'm also trying to record all of this. If I was playing on my own, maybe I'd try to do it with this piece of wood. I'll try it on this one. These fuckers... There's another one somewhere. These fuckers get right back up. Like, sometimes they will get up literally within, like, 15 seconds. Other times they'll stay down for a while. Oh, I can hear the phone beeping. Oh, wait, what's this? There's a fucking guy in here. Okay, let me figure out how to change. I think I'm gonna sneeze. I don't have a mute button on this interface. And I can't navigate to the various menus with my mouse fast enough to mute anything. Here it is. Okay. No, put it away. What the fuck are you doing? He does that sometimes on New Game Plus with the chainsaw. Dude, put that away. It is slightly less serious on New Game Plus. This game has... It has its typical, like, standard storyline. But on, I think it's on New Game Plus, you can get different endings, and some of the endings are really fucking stupid and goofy. It does have a sense of humor, but I don't play it for that. I don't try to get those endings. New Best Friend magazine. Your new best friend. In the end, only a four-legged friend can truly help you make sense of things. Review the best stores for doggy accessories. Page 4. Find the perfect dog house for your furry friend. Page 17. Meet the cutest, cuddliest good boys around. Page 34. And my guess is that those 3 page numbers are a combination to a lock. 4, 17, 34. That's my guess. I haven't actually looked for it. But the last time I read this, I'm like, oh shit, I think that's a combination to something. There's little puzzles like that in the game. Some of them are optional, some are mandatory. That man was here again. I told him he'd been warned not to come here. He acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, he got up and left. He didn't make any sort of fuss, but there's something about him that gives me the creeps. When I look at his face, it's like I'm staring at a mask. And there's something underneath waiting to get out. I don't want to be there when that happens. Ooh. A health drink. I will take that. Okay, let's go fuck these guys up with the chainsaw. There we go. Is there a guy over here? I think there is. I think he's under this fucking car. There he is. God, there's got to be a better way to put this saw away. Why is he taking it out again? Dude, James. Stop. Fuck. Oh, there's an item in there. Let me equip that. At least this thing's quiet. Some handgun ammo. I don't have a handgun, but at some point I'm sure I'll find one. I don't remember where you find it. I love how everything's wet. I like the water puddles. Like these here look really nice. The reflections look nice. I imagine on PC with higher settings, this game probably looks stunning. I can't wait to see the remake of Part 1. You know, like this is a fairly early Unreal Engine 5 game. I would be interested in seeing what this team does with more mature technology and more experience. And who knows, maybe they'll even have more resources. Because, if I'm not mistaken, this was Konami's first attempt at remaking one of these old games from their catalog and putting serious money behind it. This is not a cheap game. I mean, you can tell right away that they spent some serious fucking money on this thing. And it was probably a gamble as well. They weren't sure, you know, is this going to do well? Are people going to buy this? Are they going to like it? Because there was a lot of negativity pointed towards Konami over the years. But it worked. I think mostly overall people really liked this. It's like giant fucking cockroaches or something. Some kind of giant bug. And they'll fuck you up if you don't kill them. I really like that sound effect. It sounds kind of like filtered noise that's maybe being run through a... what do you call it? What is that fucking word? It starts with an M. Why can't I remember it? Not modular. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Oh, not an M, a G. Granular. It sounds kind of like a granular effect. And like, I don't know, noise with a filter on it. Oh, you hear that? Sounds like chimes. Is it over here? Oh, yeah. Watch music start. I'm gonna change weapons. I remember there being some enemies in here. And it's really dark. You fucker. I'll admit, this is a lot more horrifying and difficult on a first playthrough. when all you have is that piece of fucking wood with nails in it. And you have no idea what's around every corner. I've done this a few times over the last couple months. This little intro. Man, that's dark. Out of This World magazine, special issue. Alien device found in local store. Bizarre findings on roof of local building. Prehistoric creature spotted in local lake. Paranormal activity in local hotel. You gotta see it to believe it. Now, this is interesting to me. Because the last time I read this, I realized most of, if not all of these things are true in this game. I believe there actually is an alien device as a secret in one of the stores that can eventually lead to a bonus secret ending. That's dumb. The bizarre findings on the roof, I think that's also something that you discover. I don't remember what it was exactly. The prehistoric creature, I don't know anything about. But because these other things are true, I have this feeling like maybe there is some kind of creature that you can find as some kind of little secret, or I don't know. The paranormal activity in local hotel, I've literally seen that. I've encountered that. Face the music. Find the melody of your dreams and kick up your heels. I don't think I'll be kicking my heels up anytime soon. There's a window here. I'm gonna break it. Man, I'd want to cover my face from that. I'd probably go outside and take a breather till the dust clears. Look at this fucking room. I know it's hard to see, but there's a skylight up here. Like a really cool looking skylight right over their little break area. That is fucking awesome. What a chill fucking area. What I don't like is the fucking windows right there. Like if I worked here and customers could just watch me sitting in here on my break. That's disgusting. Fuck that. Get the fuck out of here. Vinyl glue. Is that real? I feel like you could never glue a fucking record together and ever, like it would be completely fucking pointless to even attempt that. Even a scratch like ruins your fucking record. A half of a record. Music can bring you back to those wonderful moments you thought lost. The janitor came in the other day, drunk and in tears. Had half a record with him. Kept yelling, we gotta fix it somehow. I was willing to do it just to shut him up. So I got up to get the glue from the cabinet, but then he realized he only had the one half, so he ran out. Can't do much about the record. Maybe ask around at Neely's next time you're there. Might be one of theirs. I've thought about this, and I could be wrong, but like, is James the janitor? Is he the person that's referenced in a lot of these letters? I'm not sure. I know there's a few stores you can't enter from the door, but you can actually smash the window to get in. But I don't remember which ones or where they are. I just remember stumbling upon that sort of thing in previous experiences. I really like the vibe here. I like games that have a strong sense of atmosphere and feel believable and realistic. And they let me explore. There's combat. You fucker. You fucking bastard. There is combat, but it's not constant. You know, they give me time to just fucking walk around and check shit out. And I like that. Okay, this is the... What is this? The Grand Market. Got all these papers on the utility pole blowing around. Looks really nice. You can see these lights up here blowing around. So this market is all locked up. And you look outside here and like all the produce is rotting and moldy. Like it's been sitting here for weeks. Abandoned. It reminds me a little bit of this movie adaptation of a Stephen King book I saw as a child. Well, there's a beetle. I remember a group of people being in an airport and they were like stuck in time. And everyone else in the world seemed to be gone. And I remember they ate some food that was in the airport and it tasted really weird. Everything was disgusting and weird because they were in some kind of weird time distortion. I don't know exactly what the story was. Like they had fallen out of sync with the time of the rest, like with reality or something. It had a similar vibe that this game has. From my memory anyway. I was a child when I saw it. So this door here, I want to see if I can actually open it. Because I figured out the fucking combination the last time I played this. And I was getting so angry because nothing I was doing worked. And then I just fucking randomly guessed and it fucking worked. It fucking worked. Fuck. Can't believe it. The last time I did this, I had tried so many combinations thinking that I would figure it out and none of them worked. And just out of like anger and disgust, I just hit the same number in a row over and over. Just like, fuck you. And I just like spammed the X button on my controller and it fucking unlocked the door. At least now I know what it is. This abandoned store has some decent supplies in it. There's some health drinks, vitamin drinks, and there's some ammunition. And there's some butter cake. My two favorite things. Is that it? What's that? Ooh, hell yeah. Yeah, these are like, I think the word is it's kind of like a liminal space. There's a lot of that in this game. You know, normally you would expect a store to be populated with people and the lights to be on, but it's not. It's very unsettling. It kind of felt like that during the pandemic. You know, I worked for a company where during the pandemic, all of the management team, the entire management team, every one of them, all the way up the directors and managers, the entire office section of the building, they all worked from home for like 6 months. And it was just this empty, dark building. And it was actually like really eye-opening. It was very unsettling and disturbing. You'd go to work every day and there was no traffic on the roads. And none of the leadership team was in the building. And then you had this realization, you're like, none of those people matter. This company doesn't need those people to function, it needs us. We're the only people that need to be here, obviously. These people are all at home relaxing in their living rooms, in their kitchens, in their bedrooms, pretending that they're important with like a little video conference or something. They're just playing make-believe. They're like children in a clubhouse playing make-believe. But it's all of us that are necessary for this company to actually function and make money. It was a very eye-opening experience. And then like 6 months later, all these fucking pussies and clowns and cowards all came back into the building and expected us to start licking their feet again and bowing and obeying their commands like slaves. It was fucking disgusting. And this is what they get right here. Show them who's fucking really in charge. Oh, you bitch. Fuck! Fuck! Almost dead. I mean, you saw that dude hit me once and my screen went red. Like I almost died immediately. Now look at me. I'm like limping and shit. Got blood all over my jacket. Fuck. Actually, I think I can press triangle. Yeah. I need another one. God damn. How the fuck, dude? No. No, you fucking didn't. You little bitch. Fuck, there goes all my fucking health. All right. I'm done. We're getting the fucking chainsaw. There's some guys in here. Feel the craving. Feel the craving. You just can't... Hold on, I can hardly read this. You just can't help it. Go for it. Happy Burger. What you need is what you get. On the run, grab something to go. Something makes this fucker get up. I forget what it is. Bitch. I'm in charge around here, motherfucker. Know your fucking place, bitch. Okay, James, you can put the fucking saw away. Jesus Christ, imagine doing that. The hell did my internet just go out? I just got a notification on the PS5 saying my network wasn't available. It's not that I need it. I'm just worried that it's like a issue that's going to affect everything I do. Okay, what's this? Another healing item. And unlock the door. Okay, I think we're good in here. Got some healing items. Look in these windows here for items. Let's take a look at the map. Oh, the Neely's bar is like right here. Where is it? Is this it? It is. I don't know what got into him. He just started smashing the thing. Had to throw him out. He ran off, cried he'd fix everything. I gathered up what I could. Still haven't found one of the buttons. Half the record is still lodged inside, but the other part's missing. Figure he must have taken it. Come to think of it, he did run towards Groovy. Anyway, maybe go check up on him? See if he's all right? He lives over at Saul, by the pharmacy, apartment 9. It's very neat handwriting. This is like a classic little line here for some reason. There was a hole here. It's gone now. Whenever let me click on the, yeah. Whenever I see that, I think of Silent Hill 4 with the hole in your fucking bathroom. That's fucked. That game is fucked up. I tried to play that on here. I tried to do a video of it. First, I tried to play the game, and I just couldn't. I don't know what it was. I could not control my character in the first person view when you're in the apartment. It felt so off. I just couldn't get it to work. I don't know what the hell. I don't know if they designed it intentionally to feel busted, but it felt busted. And I got so infuriated. I'm like, I can't fucking do this. I cannot play this. And so I chose not to play that one. But I remember playing it back in the day when it came out, and I loved that game. But it's also horrifying and difficult. Oh, here's another piece of a record. Man, like everything looks so good in this. Okay. I don't have everything I need to solve this puzzle, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's save. I'm somewhat interested in Silent Hill F. It's just everything I've seen of that game. Like, it looks like a decent survival horror game, but it does not look like a Silent Hill game. I'm more interested in that one than I am in Townfall. I like the classics. I would say 1, but I have no experience with it. But 2, 3, and 4. Everything after that, I just don't care for. I do own Silent Hill Downpour. I think it's technically Silent Hill 8, maybe. That game is interesting. I think it's the closest like a Western developer ever got to recreating the Silent Hill experience. But it's kind of busted and janky, and the fucking enemy designs are trash. Trash. Otherwise, I think it's a decent game that has issues. I want to say their performance was really poor in that game. You know, like the frame rate and shit. But I got a similar feeling and vibe that I would to something like this. From my memory, anyway. It's been many years since I played it. You know what game I really liked that's got a similar vibe? Ghostwire Tokyo for the PlayStation 5. I believe it's an exclusive. The game's amazing. And that's a survival horror game. It's all first person. You're in a city. I think it's Tokyo. Hence the title. And it's got that survival horror, you know, vibe. But the character you play as, he gets these like spiritual, almost like magic powers where you can shoot different magic elements out of your hands. And it looks really cool and it feels good. And you can upgrade your stats, almost like an RPG, if I'm remembering correctly anyway. But it's got that abandoned city that's empty, devoid of people. The only thing left in the city are people's pets. So you'll find people's pets like wandering around all alone in the city. And you can talk to them because I believe you're a spirit. If I'm remembering that game correctly, I think you get hit by a car in the opening scene in the game. And you're going to die, but a powerful spirit inhabits your body instead, preventing your death. But now you have this spirit in your body, and it's partially controlling you. And it keeps you from fully dying, but you now have spirit powers, and you can communicate with animals and shit. It's really interesting. I fucking loved that game. Oh shit. Yeah, this saw is like cheating. It really does feel like cheating with the saw, but it's helping me to be able to play this and talk at the same time. This is really just meant as an experiment. I wanted to show it off and I wanted to have some kind of new video here that was different than what I've been doing. So I've been playing a lot of old games from the 90s. Mostly pixel art. I wanted something completely fucking different. And just kind of weird, experimental. I think this fits that. This place, all it's ever brought me is pain and misery. Huh. What's with this little mannequin body? They can be killed. Just make sure they stay down. Fucker. They're kinda... It looks like they're wearing platform shoes. And then bound in like latex. But it's like, you know, disturbingly bound. Like sewed shut. With their hands tied behind their backs. And then they look like they were drowned on top of that. It's fucking horrifying and disgusting. Yeah, that's unsettling. I like this part of the game. Later on, you start exploring the interiors of buildings, and I start to like it less. It's too claustrophobic. It's too fucking dark and horrifying. It starts to make me sick. This couch is like burned and decayed. Can I go in here? Oh. Oh, I see that. Hold on. I see you, fucker. You bitch. It looks like whoever was living in here tried to cover the door with this fucking piece of furniture. Number 5. Apartment 5 left his key. Says there's a leak from upstairs. Gotta check it out. Imagine working in here. Like, you sit here in this fucking room every day, all day. You got tenants coming in and out of the building. And most of the time, if anybody's going to interact with you, it's going to be to complain about shit. What a miserable fucking life. And then they must go into this little room here to fucking sleep. This is their whole fucking world. It's like a fucking nightmare. Eventually, you do get a flashlight in this game. It's just not for some time. Once you get the flashlight, the game gets much darker, so you need it constantly. Like, you think this is fucking dark. Ooh. It's a little drugstore. Why do I hear a fucking guy? Where is he? I don't know how to pronounce these, but I looked some of these up. I think they're drugs for like, maybe like cancer treatment drugs and maybe even antidepressants. Relivmid. I can't even read that. It's so small. Berolmin. Zelprazanax. Imitinelmed. Namal. I can't read that. $450 for a couple of pills. Okay, I hear one of those beetles. Where is it? I think it's a beetle. The stairway is broken. Number 7. Number 8. Oh, look, I can crawl on this. This used to be how, like, this would be like the family TV. This little thing with knobs, and you'd sit all the fucking way back here in this couch to watch a TV show. Now everybody's got like a 75-inch 4K LCD on their wall. I'm certain now it's coming from that apartment. I keep telling them, why won't they do something? It's unbearable. I can feel it seeping into my skin, pushing itself into my lungs. This room here, it doesn't feel quite as tainted as some of the other areas. There's light, there's a breeze with an open window. There's some color. The walls are yellow. As you get deeper into this game, it is like you're going into hell. You'll be in an area that's kind of like this. It's close to the real world, but it feels off. It's a little disturbing, like a liminal space. It's devoid of people. It feels a little unnatural, but you can relate to it. And then you'll make a transition where everything becomes like rusted and decayed and rotting. But if I'm not mistaken, you make a further transition, even deeper, where it is like pure hell. And the lighting is all fucked up. It's way darker than in any other part of the game. It's so dark you can barely see anything. It's just so goddamn unsettling, and every time I get into that part of the game, it starts to make me feel nauseous. And I just want it to fucking end. And you're stuck in it sometimes for hours before you break out of it and you get back into an area where it feels a little more normal. Let's use this apartment key. I remember the first time I played this game through. It was like hours and hours and hours in this horrible, dark, oppressive area. And then finally you get out of it and you're back out in the town and it's daytime, there's fog, and there's, the sun's not out, but you can tell there's some daylight, kind of like it is here. It felt like such a breath of fresh air. Yeah, this apartment here. I like exploring an area and just looking around the environment, and there's what I would call environmental storytelling. You just look at things like, whose jacket is that? You know, that looks like a woman's jacket. So, like, maybe a woman lives here? Or maybe she lives here with someone else? Bathroom mirror, or someone, like, smashed it? There's an ashtray, so somebody here must smoke. They were reading the paper, perhaps? A lot of people used to read the paper back in the 70s and 80s. Oh wait, what was that? Looks like a telephone off the hook here. That little oven is open. Some dishes in the sink. I just heard some kind of really quiet sound. Their bed is right here by the wall. It's such a condensed, tiny little fucking room. It's a lot darker in this capture. I can see it a little bit better in person. You hear someone upstairs. This kitchen is so tiny. There's a vent right here above the stove. And you can see the vent pipe going up. And it actually goes through one of the cabinets there, which is weird. And then it goes into the main vent to exhaust whatever's, you know, above the stove. My apartment has a vent like this above the stove, but it's fake. There's no pipe coming out of it that exits the fucking apartment. It's a fake vent. And it's the same deal in my bathroom. There's a fake vent. I know it's fake because I took it apart one time because I was suspicious of it. And there's nothing. It's fake. It's blank. It goes to nothing. And to me, that's got to be illegal. Like, I can't see how that's fucking legal. There's no way that would pass some kind of code. You know, what if there's something burning in my fucking stove and then you're just like blowing the fucking smoke out into the apartment? That can't be right. Look how dirty this fucking couch is. It's just covered in soot. And there's a little bed behind it. Let's go through here. I can almost feel the cool, moist air out here. I'm sure that's fine. So much for that. Look at the little dust particles coming through the window. That sounds disturbing. What's this? It's called redacted. And then she came and washed it all away. It all started to make sense again. It's this place. I can't fight it. Gotta get my head straight. quick stop at Texan. Then we're going. I wonder if, depending on things you unlock in the game, I wonder if you can read more of some of these texts, or if they're always blocked out like that. The hell was that noise? He almost threw up. Something really bad is in there. And now my hand has black, slimy tar all over it. He refuses to go in there. Which apartment is that? Is there a number? Oh, wow. I don't know if you can hear that, but there is like a lot of fucking bass energy here. It's like vibrating my fucking headphones. Wow. These headphones don't even reproduce low frequencies very well. I mean, you can see it on the fucking visualizer. There's a hole in the wall. He looks really displeased. They keep prompting me to continue. They're forcing me to do this. Ugh. It's a red button. Collected jukebox button. Wow. That was loud. It's over here. You can see there's a coffee cup over here and some cigarettes, like someone was hanging out right here. Man, some shit went down in this fucking apartment. Look at this. What the fuck even does that? Whoa. Oh my god. Guess we don't go that way. Fuck. Looks like a lot of liquor bottles, beer cans, cigarettes, and I don't know, it looks kind of like a little empty container of pudding. Is that what that is? Was like chocolate pudding and cigarettes and liquor? A full fucking meal. It's like the kind of meal you would have if you're not in the best of places. Man, there's such a vibe here. Okay, let's go down. Looks like we're in a little area behind a building, maybe like just like a little trash area. Nobody's been picking the trash up, it seems. Let's see where we are. Okay, let's take a left. This way, I think. Right? Yeah. Keep going this way. I want to head back to that bar. Neely's bar. It's up here, right? Did I pass it? Or is this it? Shit, did I pass it? Where am I? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Where the hell is this place? How am I missing this constantly? Where? Here it is. Fuck. Okay. Let's continue. I think we may have what we need here. Okay, key items. Combine the two record pieces and the glue. And I've glued that together. I can't imagine that ever working. Okay. The Long Way Home, it's called. How do I insert the record? How do I use it? How do I... Like, somehow I have to put that in here, right? Okay, let me select a different part of this, please. Okay. What, is this all I can do? Is just these two choices? What the hell? Okay. Now I need to place that button on here. Okay. Oh, fuck. I'm missing another item. God damn it. Damn it. I have to go find a fucking coin. I remember it being inside of some kind of shop. Where am I here? Texan Cafe, maybe. It's circled. Take a right and then another right. I remember years and years ago, like 20 years ago, I was trying to find this store. And I called the place and asked them for directions because I couldn't find it. And this was like before I had internet. This was before I had GPS or anybody I knew had GPS. You would just have to go by like what somebody told you over the phone and then try to figure it out. And they were like, take a left, and then another left, and then another left. And like they named the roads, and it just brought me in a circle. It was just like a constant loop. And I was like, is this some kind of joke? Are they trying to be fucking funny? Do they not want my business? I never found the store, ever. My entire life. To this day, I never found it. Oh no, there's a guy. What the fuck? That was unsettling. Oh my god, no. No, you don't. No. No. How the fuck? God damn it. Oh, okay. I could really use that fucking flashlight. I'll take that health drink, though. Okay, I think that's what I needed. Let's head back to the bar. We have beer can wind chimes. How fucking classy. Oh, I missed all this. What was that? I hear something. What the fuck is that? Where is that? I hear... Fuck. Motherfucker. It's a washing machine, like stuffed to the brim with some kind of dirty, nasty, like, I don't even know what this is. It doesn't say anything. It just lets me look at it. Super strong. Super clean. Wash away the stains of yesterday. Is there nothing in here? Just a little area that lets you look around and maybe give you a little bit of further context. Somebody's trying to clean something up. There's a vending machine here. Too bad I can't use it. Here's another. Oh, I can break this. Looks like a bookstore. That's a lot. Very small. I will attempt it. Hold on, let me have a little drink. In March of 1965, the town of Silent Hill was visited by the Maine Cycle Research Association. After thorough examination, a team of expert dowsers from the association concluded the area surrounding the now historic Wiltsey coal mine to be highly active. They also expressed their hopes for further research and exploration of the gorge. These hopes, however, were never fulfilled due to the location being restricted as a historic nature preserve, as declared by the Silent Hill Historical Society. Additionally, the idea was met with resistance from the local community, which claimed that the nature of the association's research would hinder tourist activity in the area. Questioning the credibility of our research and hiding behind day trippers seems like an excuse to prevent us from seeing what's really out there, commented one of the researchers. Unfortunately, none of the local representatives were available to comment on the matter. Editor's note: at the time of publishing, there exists no evidence supporting credibility or, I can't tell what that says, radiesthesia? Or proving effectiveness of any dowsing methods. Opinions expressed in the article do not reflect the author's views. Some kind of research paper or something. Searching for Another Conclusion, Volume 3. Choosing Death. When life is filled with nothing but despair, some people choose to end it all. I once chose that path for myself as well. I embraced it. It felt right, like the only choice I could possibly make. After I made my decision, it became the only thing binding me to this world. I became reckless. I did stupid, dangerous things. I pushed away even those who cared about me. After all, why would it matter anymore? There's a little cup of coffee there, too. Pleasant read. Searching for Another Conclusion, Volume 2, Getting the Girl. Do you love her? Do you really love her? In sickness and in health? Words are simple enough, but actions speak the loudest. Would you protect her? Fight for her? Put her above any other? Remember, now she is the one. Leave the past behind and forget about old relationships that ended in tears. Be true to your heart, and with luck, things will work out in the end. We'll see about that. Empty. Fucker. I think on easier difficulty settings, some of these areas, when you explore them, have more items. This seems like a decent little place to hang out. Did I see another book? Oh, here. Searching for Another Conclusion, Volume 1. The Road to Tomorrow. It's better to prevent than to cure. As the old maxim tells us, taking care of yourself and maintaining a healthy outlook can be a challenge in these fast, modern times. The key is to not beat yourself up over past mistakes and avoid those who would do you harm. Sometimes it is better to avoid confrontation instead of engaging in pointless conflict. Try to stay clear of toxic relationships and focus instead on your friends and loved ones. Keep your eyes on the prize and focus on what really matters. Can it be that simple? Yes. Look to the future. It might be brighter than you think. Might being the key word there. You might be a billionaire someday. But probably not. There's only room for so many of those. Oh shit. You fuck. You bitch. You bitch. Yes. Yes. That felt good. Oh, you motherfucker. Bitch ass. Okay, I'm trying to make my way back to Nellie's. Whoa. Can I break that? Guess not. Shit. I know there's a few areas where you can. I just haven't stumbled upon them. No. Wait, is this the way? Yes. Where the hell is it here? Okay, okay. We are back. This little spot here feels kind of cozy and safe. Ugh. Oh, for fuck's sakes, are you kidding me? Fuck you. Oh, I didn't see those colors on the left side. Okay.
Park on the lake. I spent the whole day there. Just the two of us staring at the water.
That's not good. Okay. Well, it was just like that poster in the music shop said. That music can bring back those memories from your past. You know what? Let's save here. Okay. I believe that key goes to this door. There's a fucking oven in here. This looks like a fucking jail cell. Locking that stairway up. It did not look comfortable. Are we in a bathroom? Yeah. This is a weird bathroom. Okay. This little room looks cozy. He came back after you left. It's fine. He didn't try anything. He just seemed sad. Mumbled something about getting out of town with someone. I wasn't going to let him drive in his condition, so I locked him out. His car should be out back. Maybe check if it's still there by morning. It's the greenish blue one, plate number ending with 06, I think. Can I look? Is there a way to like zoom in the camera? No, I can't. I could have sworn there was like a zoom. Oh, maybe if I have a gun, I can zoom, but I don't have one. I wanted to look at these like newspaper clippings and photographs on this board. Sometimes in games like this, they will put things of relevance to the story, maybe like world building, lore, kind of just like built into the environment. And if you examine close enough, you can discover things of interest. I remember in Final Fantasy 15, there were like books occasionally in the environment that if you zoomed the camera in just right and read the cover of the book, there was some like lore and world building that you didn't get otherwise in the story. They left a lot of shit out of that fucking game. Okay, I remember this section now. This will get kind of intense. Let's look for items. Wait, what was that? Is that something right there? I will take that. Thank you. I'd love to see a game like this with visuals like this, but it's raining. You know, this is like post rain, like rain happened earlier, but it's over now. I would also like to see an environment that looks kind of like this and it's hyper real like this. And this might sound kind of weird, but I feel like it could work. But maybe it's like an RPG or just a different type of game with like anime characters. It sounds weird, but I feel like it could work. Where is that? Highly detailed, like anime characters in a highly detailed but like disturbing world like this. I don't know, maybe it's an RPG. I'm not sure. Oh, here he is. Bitch. Think of the last Star Ocean, the Divine Force, but with more of a unsettling environment like this and a little more realistic. I will say, though, that Star Ocean, the Divine Force is a very attractive game. What's over here? Is this where I came from? No. This is actually a fairly long game. There's quite a few environments that we discover. Ooh. Hell yeah. Okay, let's proceed. I know what's coming up here, and I'm gonna do my best to make it out of here. I think this is the car that was referenced in that little note we found. That actually looks... It looks like my jacket. Like I died here or something at one point. I'm just gonna try to get out of here. Where's the exit? Where is the exit? The chainsaw, I might have had a chance to just get all those guys, but look at these effects. Like, look at this. I feel like I'm in a fucking storm. Like, take note, other developers. The environmental effects like this are extremely important. The window's like all fucking wet. I need to look and see where the hell I am. Do I go straight? I can't remember. I think it's straight. Is it Woodside Apartments I go to? Let's try it. I'm just gonna avoid these guys as much as possible, because they're like hyper aggressive now. I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff. I don't care. I think we're on the right track. Wait, just check this car. Yes. Whoa! How am I getting hit? Where was that? The fuck? Holy shit, where? How did I even get hit? I think I'm okay. I'm a little hurt, but not bad. You can kind of tell when I go into the menu screen and you see that flickering light, that light changes based on how much damage you've taken, and it still looks pretty good to me. Okay, oh, what do we have? A map? Yes. We're down here. So it's very dark here. But eventually, I believe it is actually in these apartments where we find the flashlight. And once we have the flashlight, we can walk around and shine it, see where we are. But the game starts to get much more dark and stressful at that point. Let's save it. This little room feels safe, mostly. I like this back room here. The hell's he looking at? He looking at something? The fuck? Swear he's like, oh yeah, he's looking over here. What is that? Okay. Okay. I like that music, that sound. So this little room here, there's a vibe in this room. Like I can feel it. It's like I can feel being in here. It's damp and cool. It's kind of musty. It feels mostly safe. There's this open window here behind the couch. You know, I can feel like sitting here on the couch, feeling that cool, damp air behind the back of my neck, blowing my hair. The couch is like all crummy and dirty, but it's much cleaner than some of the other furniture I've seen. You know, and whoever was in here, they pulled this little coffee table right up close to the couch and just kind of made themselves at home right here with what looks like beer cans and cigarettes, newspaper maybe. There's this little CRT over here. It's actually a decent sized TV. I don't know, there's a vibe in here for sure. I think I'm going to stop the video here. I think this is a good place to stop. It's been about 2.5 hours. I'm going to take a break from this. I might pick this back up and continue from here. I don't plan on doing a full playthrough again of this game, but I might play it a few more times, or at least one more time, and record it. I'd like to get the flashlight. I think there's some characters we can meet here. Maybe we do that. So for right now, I think we'll end it here. This is kind of neat. I liked this. It was something different. You know, I've been playing so many old games that were like 30 or more years old. Old 2D games from the 90s. And I was starting to feel kind of burned out playing so many of those. And this was something fresh and different, experimental. I tried to capture a different vibe here with my lights and my little visualizers. Hopefully it worked out. So until next time, Goodbye.